years helping people in need, especially children. When I joined the team, I had a goal to someday volunteer to join that group of players and be part of the United Way Great Moments series.
I'm Nick Lowry of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I did make that United Way spot back in 1983. I met a boy named William who received support from your United Way contributions. The boy that appeared in that spot with me is with me today. He's a winner, and so are all of you who give to our United Way here in Kansas City, because United Way in Kansas City is still ensuring that your contribution is spent wisely. I hope you'll never give up on helping children, and I know they'll never give up trying. Your support gives them that special courage to make it. Now more than ever, the United Way, helping where help is needed most.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
Monday on The Fresh Prince, Howard Stern's sidekick Robin Quivers is haunting Will.
Y'all are dead, aren't you?
We prefer the term living impaired.
Then on Blossom, is it her wedding day?
Marry me?
Or Tony's?
We're in love.
Or Joey's?
Oh, it was great.
Whoa! A special Blossom wedding, NBC.
Monday.
Monday, NBC presents Raymond Burr in his final performance as the Master of Mystery. Join daytime's biggest stars for Perry Mason, His Last Case, NBC Monday.
Continuing a very popular tradition.
And all new for this holiday season.
The Quick Fill Christmas Village Ornament Series.
4 all new handcrafted ornaments.
Add to or start your collection with the Old English Home, the Town Hall, the Chalet, and the Country Cottage.
You get one free when you fill up with specially formulated 93.5 octane Super Quick.
These limited edition ornaments are available only at Quick Fill and Red Apple Food Mart while supplies last.
Happy holidays from Quick Fill and Red Apple Food Mart.
Whoever said Christmas is for children never shopped at Office Max. The toy store for us big kids, where you save as much as 30 to 70% every day.
Save on the Brother Intellifax with plain paper-like Thermoplus paper and 164-foot standard roll, and the Brother Professional Daisy Wheel Word Processor, just $299.99.
Why should little kids have all the fun? Take your Christmas list to the Max. Office Max, the office product superstore where savings is the bottom line.
Power Lines, how close is too close? Find out Tuesday on Channel 2 News at 11.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza, where you always get great pizza, plus something for nothing.
Hello again, Jim Lampley back in our NFL Live studio along with O.J. Simpson. Let's run through the scores and highlights of the 6 early games played around the league today, beginning in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Jets hold on in 60-mile-per-hour gusts of wind and a driving rainstorm to beat the Patriots on 2 field goals. Jets with their first 5-game win streak since 1986. Pats fall to 1-10. Meanwhile, in the Metrodome, Minnesota loses a tough one to New Orleans. It was a must-win for the Saints. They get it 17-14. Jim McMahon in uniform with the Vikings again didn't play. 7-7 in the third. After a New Orleans fumble, Sean Salisbury with time finds Chris Carter for a 7-yard touchdown, and the Vikings were apparently in command at 14-7. But on the ensuing kickoff, last play of the third quarter, Tyrone Hughes follows his blockers, breaks it down the right sideline, goes 99 yards for the touchdown that wakes the Saints up. In the wake of their 42-7 loss to the 49ers last Monday night, it tied the game at 14 apiece. Saints worked and got Morton Anderson a field goal that put them on top 17-14. Then under a minute, Fuad Revez kicks a 41-yarder to apparently tie the game. But holding is called, and the Vikings are penalized 10 yards. Revez will have to try again from 51 yards out to send it into overtime. This time the kick falls woefully short. Saints escape with a 17-14 victory that brings them to 7-4, half game behind San Francisco in the NFC West. Minnesota falls to 5-6. In Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium, a big upset as the Bengals get their first win of the year, beating the Raiders 16-10. Again, weather affects the game. Art Shell and the Raiders coming east to find snow and a wind chill of 4 degrees at Riverfront. 3-0 Cincy in the first after a Bengals field goal. Willie Gault returns the kickoff 60 yards to the Cincy 29-yard line, but the Raiders would fail to capitalize as Jeff Jager missed a 44-yard field goal to go with an earlier miss from 42 yards out. Bengals look to extend a 3-0 lead in the second. Klingler finds Tony McGee for 21 yards down to the 1-yard line. 2 plays later, Eric Ball would score to make it 10-0 Bengals. Still 10-0 Bengals right before the half when Jager misses from 31 yards away. His third missed field goal of the game, and this is what Art Shell had to say about that. Finally, it's 13-0 Cincy in the fourth when Jeff Hostetler goes in from 4 yards out to get the Raiders on the board. They traded field goals from there. And OJ, the Raiders miss a golden opportunity to move up on the Chiefs in the AFC West.
You got that right, Jim. Yeah, this team appeared to be a playoff caliber team. This is embarrassing to lose to a team that hasn't won a game. You come into the game, the #2 rated defense, #1 versus the pass, and even though you recorded 3 sacks, you had 39 for the year, you had 3 sacks. Cincinnati controlled this ball offensively. They gave Klinger time to throw the ball. He controlled the game with short passes and all, and you got to give them credit. They've hung in there after losing 9-10 straight, and they won a game against a good Raider team.
Raiders fall to 6-5. Cincy gets to 1-10. Meanwhile, in Green Bay, the Packers needed a win to tie Detroit atop the NFC Central, and they got it 13-10 with a clutch come-from-behind effort. Mike Holmgren's team had won 5 of 6 coming in, but it was 3-0 Green Bay in the third when the Bucs finally got something going. Craig Erickson, escaping the sack, completes to Courtney Hawkins, who races to the Green Bay 17-yard line. That would set up a Michael Houston 30-yard field goal that tied the game at 3 apiece. Fourth quarter, 6-3 Green Bay. Hawkins comes up big again as Erickson finds him on play action from 9 yards out. Bucs take a 10-6 lead. Finally, 1:16 to go, as Brett Favre, who struggled once again but came up with a victory, rolls right and hits Sterling Sharp, of course, from 2 yards out with the touchdown that wins it for Green Bay 13-10. Pack at 7-4, tie the Lions atop the NFC Central. In Atlanta, the Falcons waited to meet Cleveland and Bill Belichick's struggling Browns. It was a 17-14 Falcon victory. Bill Belichick still looking for the silver lining. Deion Sanders captured the spotlight, playing both ways today. Here, 3-0 Atlanta in the first. He catches a 5-yard pass from Bobby Hebert down to the Cleveland 14-yard line. On the very next play, Hebert would find Andre Rison in the back of the end zone for this 14-yard TD pass. Rison's 11th TD catch of the year. Falcons lead 10-0. It was still 10-0 in the second when Hebert handed the ball off to Sanders. Deion pulls up, throws downfield for Andre Rison, passes incomplete, but yet another way of using Sanders. 17-0 Falcons at the half. Finally, on the final play of the third quarter, Todd Philcox gets Cleveland on the board, hitting Mark Carrier from 35 yards out. 17-7 Atlanta. And with the score still 17-7 in the fourth, Philcox goes in from 3 yards out to complete an 86-yard drive and give the Browns a chance with a field goal to send it to overtime, but they couldn't get it, and the Falcons with Deion have won 5 of 6.
Deion may not be the most valuable player in the league. I'm just saying there's no more valuable player to his team than Deion is to Atlanta, evidenced by their inability to win before he got there. Now they're 5-1 since his return. He lifts up the whole team. He allows them to do everything on defense, to play all types of coverages and stuff because he takes one guy out of the defense. And I just think this kid is a great athlete, despite the fact that he's a little loud at times, verbally and with his dress. He's a great football player.
And the Falcons, despite their rocky start, are in the hunt for a possible wild card playoff spot. Finally, the Philadelphia Eagles have their first sweep of the Redskins in 13 years as they win 17-14 in RFK, coming from behind in the fourth quarter. Our NFL Live halftime activities will continue as Juice and I take time now to enjoy our Domino's pizza. Juice, you still watching your weight?
I'm watching my weight, you know.
I'm watching it from here.
There's some wheat germ pizza in there.
This is indeed wheat germ pizza, and I will look forward to it gleefully.
Tonight, NBC presents a Sunday Bonanza, first at 7, 6 Central. Revisit the Ponderosa and the family that started it all. See the best of the Old West. An NBC special takes you back to Bonanza. Then a special Sequest. It's a high noon showdown.
I've been looking for you.
Sequest style. Then the legend lives again. The world premiere movie event of the year. A new generation of Cartwrights fight for the Ponderosa. Bonanza, the return. All starting at 7, 6 Central, NBC tonight.
Mark Maddox and Tuesday's Child, now on Channel 2 News at 6.
Kansas City with a 10-7 lead on Buffalo. Marv Albert, Mike Ditka from Arrowhead in Kansas City. Joe Montana, Mike, after a slow start, came on. Jim Kelly very effective in terms of the numbers, 18 for 2,478 yards, but Buffalo has only that one touchdown to show.
Now, that's been their problem all year, Marv. They put up some pretty good numbers, and he's been impressive with the pass completions. They really haven't really got the points on the board. Their point production from a year ago is off about almost 8 points a game.
And we are set for the kickoff. Return. Hughes broke a tackle reaching out to the 20-yard line as we check out the Coors Light halftime statistics, and all in this department on the even side.
Well, it's about as even as it could be. Scores, 10-7, but everything else is basically even. The turnovers were both important turnovers for both teams. The Chiefs had a chance to score, but Buffalo came up with the big play when they had to, and they've been doing it all year, and that's what's kept them at 8-2, because their defense has made the plays when they had to.
And a look at the first down breakdown on the subject of the numbers. Thurman Thomas, though, held only 21 yards on the ground.
And that was Marty Schottenheimer's key going into the game. I think you got to try to take 1, 2, 3 away from the other team, and they had to try to stop Thomas.
Reception of the season, and the Chiefs extend the lead to 16-7.
Tell you, Joe was kind of lucky. He got trapped. His foot got caught coming out of there. It was lucky to be able to stand up, keep his balance, and throw the touchdown pass. But I think one of his linemen stepped on his foot.
Seven plays, 80 yards in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And Nick Lowry adds the extra point. So Montana completing to the tight end Cash. The Chiefs with a 10-point
lead. In order to make sure the interior of our new Chevy S Series would fit a wide range of people, I designed the seats.
And I designed the interior to give it more room than it's ever had before.
And both of us are very comfortable with that arrangement.
The 94 Chevy S Series. So new from the inside out. Everything else is history.
There's cause for celebration. It's the opening of the latest ITT Sheraton Hotel. Sheraton is now the ultimate global hotel chain for business travelers, with 420 hotels, inns, resorts, and all suites, and one high standard of service in over 60 countries. What does ITT bring to the party? $1 billion worth of improved systems, services, and renovations. ITT, we're adding more than just our name.
On December 10th,
Geronimo's jumped Turkey Creek. The Apache are out.
The legend begins. Jason Patrick, Robert Duvall, Gene Hackman, and Wes Studi.
I am Geronimo, an Apache. Who are you?
Just a man. Like you.
Geronimo, an American legend. Rated PG-13. At theaters December 10th.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by the new Chevy S-Series line of trucks. So new from the inside out, everything else is history. By Coca-Cola Classic. Always the real thing. Always Coca-Cola. By ITT. When it comes to building businesses, at ITT, we're adding more than just our name. And by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Marv Albert, Mike Ditka. Back in Kansas City, 11:18 remaining in the third quarter. The Chiefs 17 and the Bills 7. The kickoff from Lowry. And this is Russell Copeland, rookie from Memphis State, on the return.
Right here, watch what happens here. Center steps back as Joe pulls out, and as soon as he does it, he steps right on his foot. Joe's lucky to get out of there on that play. You see that play happen a lot of times in football where the quarterback ends up falling down right there or dropping the football, and it really creates a problem for you. But he kept his balance and got a touchdown pass out of it.
So Montana to Cash for the Kansas City touchdown to extend to the 17-7 lead. First down at the 25 for Kelly. Thomas.
Option screen.
Out to the 26, met by the left corner, Albert Lewis.
What they're trying to do here, Marv, they're trying to just get the ball to him. It's like a running play, get two linemen in front of them. They did it earlier in the game, and they had more success than they did that time. Kansas City just playing it better.
Well, the last 3 games, 70 of 92 attempts were for 12 yards or less. Jim Kelly going the short-range game, as he does right there for Metzelas. When we say 12 yards or less, we are measuring the distance of the pass, not taking into consideration the run after the catch.
And really, that's an amazing figure, because today they're up over 80-some% with what they're doing. But this is what everybody has a misconcept of what Buffalo does in the passing game. It's a controlled passing game, and it's a lot like what San Francisco does, but yet they use a little bit different look.
Would you open it up more with Kelly?
It's a play by probably one of the best athletes on that field. Albert Lewis is an outstanding football player. That's highway robbery. That's not even an interception.
Albert Lewis with very long arms, which he uses so effectively. He's made it back from a broken forearm suffered in training camp in his 11th year out of Grambling. Albert Lewis with the intercept. Back to Kansas City from their 49-yard line. Marcus Allen with a short advance. Marcus Patton on the stop.
You know, short advance, but you know, it's a first down play. They have not been running the ball on first down. It's good that they do it. They got to change up somewhere, but it's a 4-yard gain. I believe it puts it to 2nd and 6, maybe a long 6, but still, it's a good, solid play.
8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Little session on the sideline with Jim Kelly. Hayes and Cash, double tight end alignment for Kansas City. Goes to Anders, making the turn. It's inside the 45. Stopped by Patton. Patton and Hansen combining on Kimball Anders. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. Well, look at the AFC East with the Jets getting by New England. They go to 7-4 in the West. Denver playing at Seattle right now. Raiders were upset losing to Cincinnati. Cincinnati with its first win of the year. So Raiders dropped to 6-5. And a look at the lineup next Sunday. Doubleheader action here on NBC. Raiders will play Buffalo in Buffalo, New England at Pittsburgh. Jets home for Indianapolis. Later games, Denver, San Diego, Kansas City, and Seattle. Apparently a problem with the clock. They are readjusting it. Cincinnati beating the Raiders 16-10. So the Raiders go to 6-5.
And the enigma continues in L.A. Which Raider team will show up from week to week?
Actually, you can say that about a number of teams this season. How about the Steelers?
Well, I agree with that, but I tell you what, you can say more about the Raiders than any other team in football right now.
Looks like we're set 3rd down and 2 at the 43. And flags are sent flying.
I don't think he's going to get away with that one.
False start. Number 76 prior to the snap. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
That's the left tackle, John Alt, called for the false start.
Woo! That's a great play by Bruce Smith. That's all I can tell you. That's taking advantage of an eye twitch.
Very slight movement there by Alt. Kansas City, the overthrow. Matt Darby on the coverage.
Well, they came after him there. They're going to try to put a little more pressure on him. I think they've played too many zones, and I think they've given him too much time to throw the football. They've got to put some pressure on Montana, where he's going to eat him up, and they came after him a little bit there with some pressure.
So Brian Barker will come on to punt. Russell Copeland is back. It's Copeland, 4th-round draft pick, rookie from Memphis State. 6:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Barker pops one. Copeland calls for the fair catch. It's a 29-yard punt. The Chiefs with a 17-7 lead on the Bills, and we will take a break.
Examine this carefully before you buy your next car. Not just because it has standard dual airbags and starts at under $11,000, but because this is the new Geo Prism, and 98% of the people who bought a Prism would recommend Prism to a friend. So before you buy your next car, foreign or domestic, call 1-800-GET-TO-KNOW and get to know Geo Prism. Your friends would.
Plus, how do you get a 6-topping pizza for the 3-topping price? Anyone?
It's the Bigfoot Big 6 Pizza, our special 6 toppings for $10.99. Bigfoot Pizza, a legendary value.
Cotton pantses, they come out of the dryer with all these wrinkles. But hey, Hager wrinkle-free cottons are 100% cotton. They come out of the dryer wrinkle-free. And really, really hot.
Oh. Hager wrinkle-free cotton, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
Turn it up.
Portable stereos devour power. But the music goes on and on with Rayovac Renewal, a new kind of alkaline battery created to be reusable. They outlive those bunny batteries because they're reusable 25 times or more. They outperform old-fashioned rechargeables because you get alkaline power in every charge. More power, more music. That's the power of renewal from Rayovac.
The world's champion skaters shine in an encore of the greatest exhibition on ice, the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by Reebok, next Saturday on NBC.
Back at Arrowhead, capacity crowd, better than 77,000 on hand for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. 6.5 remaining, third quarter. Chiefs with a 17-7 lead on Buffalo. Recapping the story, Kenneth Davis, 9-yard touchdown run for a 7.
You know, I wince every time I see him start running because I know if he continues running out of the pocket, he's going to re-injure that hamstring. And I think right now, the Kansas City Chief organization cannot afford not to have this man on the field. I don't care what the stats show. He's a winner, he's a producer, and he makes people play up to his level, and that's the key thing you do as a quarterback in football. Just a great job. He buys time, scrambles out of the pocket. Now, I don't know how he does this, but he gets it over somebody and gets it to a receiver. And that's outstanding field instinct.
It's a 1st and goal at the 6. And a timeout taken by Kansas City. 4:24 remaining in the third. Chiefs 17, Bills 7.
Hurry to McDonald's Holiday Film Festival, featuring the classic Charlotte's Web, unbelievably priced at just $5.99 when you buy any large sandwich. Or get the hit Ghost. Yes! Or The Addams Family. Showtime! Or Wayne's World. Just $5.99 each when you buy any large sandwich. No way! You can see these new movies at theaters and own the originals. But hurry, because these values will be gone in a flash. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
You've waited for a car with Buick's reputation for safety. It seems you've waited for a century. Buick Century. With standard driver airbag, anti-lock brakes, power locks and windows, and more. All for $14,995. So don't wait any longer. See your Buick dealer today. This is the value of the century.
A moment ago, Joe Montana called for timeout. The play clock down to 3 seconds remaining.
Well, I think, Marv, his field presence is so great, and I think that's what makes him who he is. He's aware of everything that's going on the field. The guy looks like he has more than 2 eyes, I'll be honest with you. He looks like he has eyes coming out of the side of his head where he can see things that are happening peripherally that other people don't see. He looks like he's playing one game and the rest of us are watching another one.
Montana has his Chiefs in front of the Bills, 17-7. 4:24 remaining in the third quarter, and a first and goal down at the 6. The lone deep back is Marcus Allen. Penalty flag is thrown, and Montana throws it high and far.
Well, they set up a
false start.
There's no question they were going to throw the ball, and the formation dictated it.
5 yards.
This is some of the things that the 49ers have done in the past with their offense. It's a little bit different look than they use. They keep people a little tighter. They spread them out a little bit more, but that's just a bad move right there. They're going to come the receiver underneath from the outside.
Jonathan Hayes called for the false start, and it will be set back to a first and goal at the 11. Now Jones flanks to the right.
May not be that bad a penalty. It gives them a little more room to work, believe it or not.
Barnett is to the near side. Running backs Anders and Allen.
Well, I tell you, it's starting to show right now. I really believe that if you don't have any running game at all, which Buffalo doesn't have today, they've done nothing in the running game outside of the first drive in the first quarter, and as a result, these guys from Kansas City are just teeing off, putting their ears back, and they're going after them.
Tried to establish the running game those first couple of series, never could get Thurman Thomas going. And Dale Carter is back. Calls for the fair catch and then let it go.
Well, I don't blame him on that one. That one went out of the stadium.
37-yard punt by Chris Moore. And the ball back to Kansas City with 1:24 remaining in this third quarter. The Chiefs with a 27 lead on the Bills. Jim Kelly now trying to work it off. On his feet. Came up hobbling. We're told he suffered a sprained ankle. No word on whether he will be able to return. And now we're told it is questionable as to whether he'll be able to get back. He's giving it a shot here. So Kansas City from the 39-yard line. Play action. And Montana able to elude defenders, and then with nowhere to go, chased by the nose tackle, Jeff Wright, who nearly nailed him.
Well, I tell you, this guy is flirting with disaster. I mean, that is a play that he does not want to make right there. And he could have thrown this ball away. We went to 2nd and 10. He gains 1 yard. He goes to 2nd and 9. I don't think he wants to do this stuff. I mean, he had a guy open early. He did not get it to him. Throw the ball away. And I'm telling Joe Montana what to do. Isn't this nice?
As Joe mentioned, when he was sitting it out and spending his time watching games upstairs, much easier to see things from high above. Although he said he couldn't take it. The offensive coordinator and the rest of the coaches were yelling too much in the booth. Kimball Anders gets the call, stopped by Jeff Wright.
Well, I've never yelled in the booth or on the field, so I can't understand why people would be yelling at a football game. It makes very little sense.
Of course.
I guess it's happened over the years.
You have been such a low-key guy, Mike. You intimidated the runners here.
Get me that hot dog.
Right.
Or else.
It's a 3rd down and 6 at the 43-yard line as time is running out in this third quarter.
Now Joe knows that's his fault there. He actually put nothing on the ball. He was flat-footed, and he just tried to get it out there with his arm, and a rubber band didn't help him right there.
The rubber band exercise that he has been utilizing, as you so capably demonstrated on NFL Live earlier.
And the people in the studio were hoping that I would hang myself with that cord instead of strengthening my arm.
All right, 5th punt of the day by Barker. Copeland is back at his 25. Off the side of the foot. And Copeland is taken down. Terrific coverage by Tim Watson. 44-yard punt. Not a good one, but he got the roll, and then Watson, getting downfield in a hurry, made the stop on Copeland. Tim Watson, a rookie from Howard University, 6th-round pick of Green Bay, and then released and signed by the Chiefs.
That's what you call ugly but effective.
2 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen. You build a new razor with precision heads to shave below the skin in comfort. And what do you get? Cut a precision groove to help the Norelco lift and cut system shave even closer. And what do you get? Build a razor that shaves closer, smoother than ever before. And what do you get? The new Norelco razors, our closest shave ever.
Excuse me, can you stop and show me what kind of batteries you have in there?
Sure. Sure, so.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, they last long.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, positive.
Yeah, I got one other question for you.
Well,
yeah.
gotta
go. Why do they last so long?
Duracell. No other battery lasts longer.
Oxygen.
Folks around Flat Rock, Michigan have their own way of conserving energy. They build the Mazda 626, and they build it so it gets the best mileage of any mid-size sedan in America.
So what do they do in your town?
Recently, Boomer Esiason tried to bet a few of his friends that they couldn't eat just one Lay's potato chip.
I bet you can't eat just one. If I lose, I have to shave my head?
This head?
Shave? What? Oh, come on, man. No.
More and more people are discovering that Lay's are different.
Hi, guys.
So crunchy and perfectly golden, you can't eat just one.
Hey, come on. Do I look stupid? Who's stupid enough to take that bet?
Welcome to another day in the National Football League. Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. The two teams you're about to see.
Today's Lay's, now more than ever, that you can't eat just one.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right. By Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles. By Lay's, America's favorite potato chip. Bet you can't eat just one. And by the new Norelco razors, our closest shave ever.
Capacity crowd, 77,000 on hand at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and their Chiefs leading the Bills 20-7. Thomas with the inside handoff, and he's driven back. Doug Terry involved on the stop. Check out the Buffalo possessions in this second half. 3 interceptions in their 5 possessions.
This is very uncharacteristic of this football team.
And again, Kelly comes up hobbling.
I think he got the ankle again.
Ferocious play by the front 4 of the Chiefs.
I'll tell you, he did get the ankle again. This guy's tough, but I don't think he's going to be able to last after that one.
Right now the punt by Chris Moore. Dale Carter is back. Moore getting the hang time. And Carter with the fair catch. 6th punt of the day by Moore. That for 35 yards. 12-11 to go in the 4th.
If you're really into Nintendo, you'll flip for Domino's Pizza's $25 million Super Mario All-Star Instant Win Game. With every Domino's order, get a free Instant Win Game card. A chance to win thousands of special Power Set prizes from Domino's like Super NES, Game Boy systems, and the new Super Mario All-Star Game. And now, buy our new crunchy thin crust pizza and get free Twisty Bread. So, if you're into Nintendo and great pizza, call Domino's for
something for nothing when you call Domino's.
Maybe you didn't know that the Mazda 626 comes with the best basic warranty in its class. But the people of Flat Rock, Michigan stand behind the car they build, and that's why we can too.
Just try Black & Decker's Power Driver with torque control. You'll notice one major difference, the clutch. The higher the setting, the more powerful it gets. Power Driver and Power Driver with torque control from Black & Decker.
You would not believe it. We were doing this taste challenge, Coors Extra Gold versus Bud, and this Bud drinker, Charlie, took the challenge.
Nothing beats my Bud.
He did it once, picked Coors Extra Gold. Twice, he picked it again. Then he did it a third time. He was so shocked.
I'll pay you $100 if we get caught drinking another butt.
You don't have to pay $100. Just pick up a 6-pack of Extra Gold and get back to real beer.
Darlene, the bartender, wrote up the contract. That night, someone bought him a bud. He just pushed it away.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call Domino's Pizza now and you'll be enjoying our new crunchy thin crust pizza before the game is over.
12 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the fourth quarter in Kansas City. The Chiefs leading the Bills 20-7. And it is Kansas City ball. They'll start out from their 34-yard line. Off the pitch, Allen cuts inside. Reaching to the 40, picks up 6. Bruce Smith made the stop.
You know, I don't see any diminishing skills in this guy. I mean, I hope that term doesn't come up for Marcus Allen, diminishing skills. This guy's a football player, and he keeps proving it. You know, the guy who's been conspicuously quiet today has been Bennett, and he really hasn't done that much out there. And that means that somebody is doing a good job of blocking because he is an outstanding football player.
Yes, Cornelius Bennett has been involved in only a couple of tackles to this point. It's a second down, about 3. Allen tried to cut back, but this time stopped by the nose tackle, Jeff Wright. Kansas City Chiefs with a record of 7-3. The 3 losses at Houston back in week 2. They were beaten 30-0. Lost at Miami, and last week they blew a 14-0 lead and were beaten by your former club, the Bears, 19-17. That snapped the home win streak at 8.
Well, the Bears right now are a team that people better start looking at very seriously.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here, getting ready to roll across the country, singing the praises of these great-looking Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. You know the ones, 100% cotton, wrinkle-free, out of the dryer, no ironing. I'll be covering more than 25,000 miles wearing these beauties, so come out and see me. I just wonder if Hager knows they're paying me by the mile. Uh-oh. Yahoo! Oh!
Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled.
Henry, stereos, computers, telephones as far as the eye can see. That's service merchandise. Something for everyone. It's for you, Henry. Better way to shop, a better way to save.
Save now on the compact Presario computer. It's compact quality and easy to use in an all-in-one space-saving design. The compact Presario, just $1396.84 at Service Merchandise. Call for the store nearest you.
The Raiders, the Bills. Jeff Hostetler leads the silver and black against Jim Kelly and company in a battle of playoff contenders. Then the Broncos, the Chargers. John Elway, the AFC's top-rated passer, directs high-scoring Denver against San Diego in a matchup of division rivals. An NFL doubleheader next Sunday on NBC.
A moment ago, Nick Lowry hit from 34 yards away, and he has passed Jim Turner with his 2 field goals. Number 4 in terms of all-time points scored. Jim Turner, former Jet, former Bronco, now a radio talk show host in the Denver area. And the return by Rob Ewald. One of the outside men, Ewald, on the kickoff return. Charles Mitzi made the stop. And a penalty marker is down.
Somebody down.
One of the Buffalo Bills shaken up. Richard Harvey, backup linebacker, being helped off.
You know, we talked a little bit earlier, you won't see it here, but, you know, Benny Thompson is the outside man covering kicks for the Kansas City Chiefs on the left side. And he's been veering in every time. He made a couple great hits earlier, and they took advantage of it that time. They knocked him to the inside and got outside. I think there's a penalty on the play. I don't know what it is, but I still like the way Benny Thompson covers kicks. This guy is going to get somebody. It may be the wrong person, but he's going to get somebody.
Frank Reich has taken over now for Jim Kelly.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Illegal hands on the kicking team. An illegal block on the receiving team. It's a double foul. After change of possession, the ball will be awarded to the receiving team at the spot of their foul. First down. Timeout.
What'd he say?
I was waiting for you to sort that out. And,
well, I tell you, Dale Emmer, that's a great call, but I'm not sure what you said, but you know the rules. These guys are great. You know, they do an outstanding job, and you know, I don't understand coaches who get on officials.
Oh, of course, Mike. And the penalties did apparently they offset, but the receiving team will start out from the point of the foul.
Makes sense.
All right, at the 21-yard line.
It's like the man said, if you don't know, read the book, right? I didn't read the book.
Like Russell Copeland was shaken up. So Jim Kelly finishes up at 23 for 37, 214 yards, 3 interceptions. Kelly had only 9 interceptions coming into today.
I think it's a good move. I think they got to get Kelly out resting because the big picture is a lot more important than the small picture, and that's the rest of the season.
Mike Kelly really struggled in the second half, 5 of 13, and picked off 3 times in the second half. Reich connecting with Reed, stopped by Martz. It's been a sensational game for the outside linebacker, Lonnie Martz.
I think Reed's hurt. I think Reed's down now.
Andre Reed, who is playing with a broken left wrist, wearing a soft cast on the wrist, took a shot.
I tell you what, I'm not sure that you don't try to get your running game going here and try to save some bodies for the next. Oh yeah, he got his knee bent up on it.
Well, next week Buffalo home for the Raiders. Very difficult schedule coming up. Then at Philly, at Miami, home for the Jets, finishing up at Indianapolis. 4 of the Bills' last 6 games are on the road.
I'm gonna say it one more time. It's time to work on the running game. Well, I tell you what, it's a combination of 2 things. Derek Thomas does a great job getting around the outside. Again, you got a tight end blocking on Neil Smith, but Keller doesn't get the job done, and he's not going to get the job done. There aren't too many tight ends in football who can block an end.
Chiefs have been coming throughout the second half. Smith with his 10th sack of the season.
Braun Flex Control. The first electric shaver with a pivoting head. Flex Control automatically adjusts to every contour of your face. Under the chin, under the lip, that tricky spot under your nose. You'll get the closest Braun shave yet. Flex Control from Braun, the last word in shavers.
You're looking at the most powerful import pickup ever built. The new 4-liter V6 Mazda truck. What all the beautiful people are driving this year.
If you're really into Nintendo, you'll flip for Domino's Pizza's $25 million Super Mario All-Star Instant Win Game. With every Domino's order, get a free Instant Win Game card. A chance to win thousands of special Power Set prizes from Domino's like Super NES, Game Boy systems, and the new Super Mario All-Star Game. And now, buy our new crunchy thin crust pizza and get free Twisty Bread. So, if you're into Nintendo and great pizza, call Domino's for...
Something for nothing when you call Domino's.
Behind every new Mazda truck is an unsurpassed 50,000-mile, 3-year basic warranty. And behind that, who knows?
Two minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here in Kansas City. Chiefs with the 23-7 lead on the Bills. And Chris Moore back to punt. Looks like Dave Craig will come on for Joe Montana. Dale Carter back in punt formation. Back at his 30. Once again, Moore going for the hang time, and Carter muffs it and then is able to cover up inside the 25-yard line. 31-yard punt. And Kansas City will just look to kill off the final minute. And 51, here's a look as Carter muffed it and then was able to get to the ball. We'll be back in a moment.
You don't even want to know about Barry Sanders, man. He does things on the field that just makes your eyes go all crazy. I mean, one time I saw him running right through people like a cannonball loose inside a pinball machine. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah. And then Barry did this move. Sometimes I still see it when I sleep. And I don't sleep that much.
People care about the world these days. They just don't want me to put another toxic antifreeze in their car. I mean, who needs toxic? So what if it protects to 70 below? Any antifreeze can do that. Tell me that it's different, safer. Tell me nothing protects better, and it's biodegradable. I mean, what if their dog gets into it? Or their kids? This is serious. It's a changing world. Poison's out.
New Sierra. It's not just antifreeze, it's safety freeze.
What do you mean I can't do that?
Please, don't pull that on me now.
I'm pressing enter.
You're the computer. You tell me where the file is.
Huh? Don't just sit there blinking.
Enter. I'm gonna give this to you, but I want it back.
The idea of talking to a computer is certainly not a new one.
Open status report.
Getting a response certainly is. The new Desk Pro with business audio from Compaq.
Excellent performance by Joe Montana in making his return, his first start since the Miami game, October 31st. 18 for 32, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, picked off once as he has sparked the Chiefs to this victory over the Bills. Chiefs with a 23-7 lead, 1:51 remaining, and Dave Craig has come on, taking over for Joe Montana. Last week against Chicago, Craig pressured all day, sacked 5 times. John Stevens in the backfield for the first time and gets the call. John Stevens, former Patriot, Falcon, and Packer, set for an update. Let's go back to Jim Lampley.
Marvelous. The Broncos struggling in the Kingdome to try to stay within 1 game of the Chiefs and now in some jeopardy. As Seattle finally gets its first touchdown of the day, Meyer to Kelvin Martin with 7:55 to go. It narrows the Bronco lead to 10-9. The issue still very much in doubt. Now back to Marvin, Mike, and KC.
All right, Jim, earlier today, the Raiders were beaten by Cincinnati. Denver with that 1-point lead on Seattle. Kansas City will go to 8-3 with the win today. They pick up a game on the Los Angeles Raiders, who dropped to 6-5. It's Todd McNair. We're down to a minute remaining. Marcus Patton made the stop. Meanwhile, Buffalo, in loses a full game on Miami. Miami winning on Thanksgiving Day. They are 9-2. Buffalo will drop to 8-3, and a very difficult game for Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills.
It really is, because, you know, when the game started out, they moved the ball down the field so effectively. But after the first series or the first drive, they really lost their running game completely. And I think that, I don't care, you know, I know people get tired of me harping on running the football. If you can't win consistently in the NFL.
As you saw, Kansas City with that record of 8-3 with the victory here today. And it's Stevens once again, and has a first down with time running out. Kansas City next week will be at Seattle, then at Denver, and then home for San Diego. The Bills were held to 43 yards on the ground, an average of 2.5 yards per carry. We'll be back after these messages.
This holiday season, more people will trust Napa to keep their vehicles running and to help them save, too. Get this Napa toy truck with real truck sounds, just $16.99. 1994 Chilton repair manuals are a low $13.99 each. And get a 61-piece Evercraft tool set for only $29.99. So drive by or fly by your nearest Napa Auto Parts store today.
We keep America running. We keep America running.
DeskJet printers from Hewlett-Packard. It's easy to make it happen.
Debbie, these shots are fabulous. Beautiful, Debbie.
Better than the last time, Tony?
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago, while doing test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. You see, regular shampoos merely rinse flakes away, so they could come back. But look, Head & Shoulders helps stop flakes from even forming. You see the difference? Yeah, picture perfect. Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
Okay, class, if a pizza with 3 toppings costs $10.99, what would I pay for 6 toppings?
$12.99, $15.99, $18.99.
Well, anyone? $10.99.
Huh?
The reason is
Bigfoot! It's the Bigfoot Big 6 Pizza. Get our special 6 toppings for the 3-topping price of $10.99.
Are you sure you're the Pizza Hut guy?
Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, a legendary value.
Kansas City. Kansas City with a 23-7 victory over Buffalo. And right now, time for the Hager Wrinkle-Free Cottons super play of the game. Back in the first quarter, Joe Montana, 18-yard pass play to Marcus Allen for the touchdown. This tied the game at 7.
Well, it's a big play, first of all. He got the ball under Bruce Smith, and he got it to his best receiver, in my opinion, and Marcus Allen did the rest, put in the end zone, put him back into a 7-7 position, and they went on from there to play a good football game.
So the Chiefs go to 8-3. The Bills drop to a record of 8 up and 3 down. Once again, the final, Kansas City with a 23-7 victory over Buffalo. Tonight, it's Bonanza night here on NBC. First, relive the highlights of 14 years of Bonanza. See the stars that were on the show, followed by Sequest, and then Bonanza, The Return. All tonight on NBC. For Mike Ditka, I'm Marv Albert. So long from Kansas City. You've been watching NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 28.
The great masters defined civilization in Europe. Now we're defining it on the way there. United to Europe. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
In a new world, a new standard of excellence. NBC Sports.
The murder that stunned the world. A 2-year-old boy police say was killed by other children. Now hear the whole story.
Don't miss Dateline NBC.
Tuesday.
Hi, we're from KeyBank.
Bankers, where's my pizza? I thought bankers only wore suits.
Once a year, KeyBankers from Maine to Alaska close early to go out and help people in the neighborhood. So we went down to this home for children to lend them a hand.
Once we got to know them, they were pretty cool.
We made a difference that day, and not just to the house.
I really feel good about what we did for those kids. Game.
Hey, you guys coming back?
Sure, if you work on your jump shot.
KeyBank really is America's neighborhood bank.
How can they do it? A 94 XL at $73.45? With 2 years, no-cost scheduled service. Pay $73.45, a low gas money, and that's about it. With nothing down and no payments until next year? $73.45. It's got to be the most affordable car in America.
I'll take it.
Now, can I interest you in a 3-year-old that runs great?
Right now, your Hyundai dealer has factory rebates on all 94 Hyundais.
A new study says power lines could harm your health.
There has been an increased amount of questions being asked.
Learn what you need to know Tuesday on Channel 2 News at 11.
Hi, I'm Steve Young. Watch Sports Extra on Channel 2.